Day one and all. Glad to have you here. And it's another amazing day. And I want to greet each and every one of you showing up here today. So, today we are looking at a couple of wonderful themes here. And I hope you've brought your coffee along because this is the time to have a coffee and celebrate the day a little bit. Let's take a look here. I'm not liking the way that color's looking, but we're going to roll with it because I look like I'm a Smurf or something like that. It's absolutely terrible, but such is life. We're going to roll with it today. So welcome to the Economic Report. And of course, today, well, crazy things going on here. And our themes, of course, deal with things that matter and matter very much, from rate cuts to news cycles to just a general Q&A session here. So Fridays are generally pretty slow. So I've been backing off a little bit about over planning the Fridays. So maybe, just maybe, you understand where I'm coming from here. Went ahead with the Green Mountain coffee yesterday, caramel flavored. Of course, I don't put any cream in my coffee because I try to do, actually, I'm doing something called intermittent fasting. I don't know if you folks are familiar with it or not, but just a quick overview of what that entails. It goes in that I don't consume food between about a 16-hour period of day, from evening all the way through my sleep cycle to the morning. And so when I get up, my whatever I'm drinking doesn't have any calories in it as well. Coffee's practically like 2 calories, 3 calories, depending on how much you have. So it's below the threshold. Of course, whether it's water, maybe it's zero Gatorade, you get the picture. It is no calories. And so that's kind of where we are with the sleep cycle and the intermittent fasting, and kind of how rest, exercise, and diet all work together. And so that's kind of where I'm at here. And part of why we do what we do here at the Economic Report. And once again, don't forget, if you're not liked and not subscribed, make sure you do so I can deliver to you on a regular basis. I'll notice that my light went off in the back, and now I don't have the blue tinge anymore. So maybe, just maybe, that's a good thing going forward. Yeah, trying a new coffee here. And so we're going to go ahead and welcome to the Economic Report. Glad to have you here. Go ahead, drop a comment. I do respond to comments in the chat, whether it is all right, JP, and a welcome to you and a happy Friday to you, pal. Hope you're having a great day. Thank you for liking and thank you for subscribing. You are awesome. And hey, today is Q&A day. If you want to go ahead and start off with Q&A, that's fine. If not, we'll go right to the markets. It's up to you, folks. This is about you, and this is about the viewer, and it's kind of what I want to make sure this channel is about at the end of the day, making sure that this is like viewer-centered content. We talk about the things that happen in Washington, D.C., the things that happen on Wall Street, and try to bring them down to Main Street, because those are the things that matter. And when you have a viewer-centered audience, you know that we're trying to put you first, not me first. And so that's kind of where I want to be. So, hey, JP, you said hi in the chat, and I'm going to wish you a happy Friday. And I will do a shout out for anybody who's subscribed as well. I hope you guys are drinking coffee. Go ahead and drop the coffee you're drinking. Drop where you're from, too. I'd love to hear. That's really, really fun stuff. And as I'm opening up my computer here to go ahead and take a look at some of the things that matter and matter very much, we talk about markets, of course. And boy, ever since the job report from last Friday, the president has been in a kind of a recovery mode, trying to continually pump out positive information, positive news stories from the White House. And I get the impression that one of the things that they're really pushing for now is that rate cut that they want in such a desperate way. There could even be a meeting by the Fed earlier than later to drop it. The 30-year, just so we know, the 30-year mortgage rate right now is about 6.6%, which is above 6 still. Historically, it's pretty darn low, but of course, over the past 10, 15 years, that's actually a little bit high compared to where money is. Everybody wants cheap money, but of course, when you have too much cheap money, well, it doesn't pretty crazy things like overheats the economy. So just some things to take into consideration. All right, and so let us go ahead here and jump right into business. We're going to go ahead and check out our crypto. Why do we check out crypto? Well, because crypto has been a game changer story. Things have been happening very fast in the economy. Things are happening fast in DC, and I want to make sure that we're taking a look over there at the economy as well, because there's lots of crazy stuff going on. It's a very, very rapid fire, you could say maybe even information overload. It's a very real thing. The White House kicking out news story after news story, event after event, signing after signing. Meantime, if you're taking a look at Wall Street, there's a whole like sprint taking place there as well. And of course, what we try to do here is try to take those stories and bring them down here into a context that maybe we can all understand. But thank you for making your comments here. And once again, anybody who subscribes, just let me know and I will give you a shout out. And of course, likes, those go very well. Drop where you are from, because it is fun to hear from you, dear folks. All right. And that's Temmie. Hey, good to hear from you. Happy Friday to you. Absolutely amazing. Sorry I don't have my glasses on here. I think it's Timmy or Tammy, one of the two, but please forgive me. And welcome to the Economic Report. You are awesome. And with that, let's go ahead and check out our Bitcoin, because Bitcoin is a great place to talk about it, where that is fluctuating about $117,000 per coin right now. So it's recovered some this week. It was down to like 113, 114. So it's bounced back. And once again, that any of the cryptos is really not for the faint of heart. Seriously, like there's a ton of fluctuation in the crypto markets. Bitcoin is one of them. Of course, the other coin we've been following is Ethereum. That's ETH. We can go ahead and get a read on Ethereum. Okay, it's almost $4,000 a coin right now. So that's really a big movement here this week for sure. So pretty powerful there. And of course, if we're looking here, all right, you got it right the first time. Thank you, Temmie, for being patient with me. Lord knows the world's an imperfect place, right? Temmie, where are you from? Go ahead, drop it in a flag or a zip code or a city or a state, just out of curiosity. The last one we're going to go ahead and check is Solana. And the reason why we check Solana, I actually share the story here on this channel that a little bit of FOMO on my part. And just out of pure curiosity, I'm talking to a group of, believe it or not, teenagers who are talking about trading crypto. I'm like, okay, I'm super curious. I'm at a party. I'm listening to them talk about crypto, and they're all saying, well, there's this, and they were really like technically savvy kids. And so I listened to them and made a decision. I'm like, all right, well, I'll open up an account. I will trade a little bit of this, and I'm up just a little bit of money. I've not gotten rich with Solana, but I've held on to it for no other reason, just to know that I'm holding a crypto, and number two, I'm able to better understand. I pay closer attention. Hey folks, here's a good theme for you. Where your money goes, that's kind of where your attention goes as well. That's a great thing to keep in mind, because hey, whether it's the stock market, whether it's crypto, whether it's, hey, you're paying for soccer for the kids, whatever it is, I'm here to tell you these are really big things. Well, Temmie, I got another hello from you, so I'll still say hello to you, Temmie. So Solana trading, it's up about $6 today, up 3.9%. And I'll throw that out there to you because I've seen that trading up over 200. So 177 is not necessarily a great day, but I'm here to say that it's good stuff. Okay, a couple important earnings today, as long as we're at it. Once again, this is a Q&A session. I want to remind you of that, so feel free to fire away anything that is either DC related, Wall Street related, economics related. I can go ahead and share with you. That's a great place to be there as well. That's kind of the format on Fridays. We call them Q&A Fridays. They are fun. If you have questions about gold and silver, which has been another theme here at the channel, I have no problem whatsoever talking about those things as well. Gold trading at, let's take a look here. Gold, that's been fluctuating quite a bit as well. I go to Kitco, and that's where I get my stories from. So if I go back to Kitco and I go to gold prices, we will go back one because it took me to the wrong screen. Price per ounce of gold, we are looking at 3,393. That's been bouncing up and down right around up to about 3,400. Ticks on down to about 30.50. So it's been bouncing up and down there. So about a $50 like range it's in right now. And so whatever happens, oftentimes you have a range and it bounces between the high and lows of that range, and eventually it breaks below that range or it breaks above that range. But just something to take into consideration here. We'll also take a quick look here at silver. Silver, of course, is often referred to as poor man's gold, and I don't think it's necessarily the right way to look at it, but it's trading 38.23 per ounce. So that's been bouncing a little bit as well, between about 37 up to about 39. So about a $2 fluctuation in silver prices as well. It's something worth following. Me personally, I hear all these stories all the time on the radio. It's kind of hits my YouTube channel as well. Buy gold, buy silver, and they've been a really good store of value for a long time. But the question is, like, how did you get rid of it, right? And so there's always another layer that needs to be discussed here. Yesterday on the live station, if you follow the story, we talked about a house right in Cleveland, Ohio, that was they found $175,000 stuck in the walls, and it was stuck in the walls from the Great Depression. We're talking from the 1930s when the banks closed, and the big story was, well, you have all this money stuck in the wall. It was paper currency. What would have been the case if you would have had gold instead? And so we know that the paper currency lost a ton of its value, but if it was in gold, geez, that gold would have been worth something like $4 million. So while somebody's going to be very pleased about finding a cash stash, no question about it, the fact is that paper money is constantly losing its value, and it's an important thing for us to keep in mind. And we talk about these things at the Economic Channel because I don't know if DC politics ever gets that message down to Main Street, and I don't think Wall Street necessarily gets that story down to Main Street as well. So what do? We talk about the things that matter to people like us here on Main Street. And as we're sipping our coffee, I got a little bit left here. Of course, I will be going live a second time today as well. The reason why I'm going live a second time, I am doing a deeper dive on a story that really has gotten a lot of attention here. And of course, it's talking about messaging out of the White House. I'll be live on this as well. And people seem to have quite of interest in that, in part because there seems to be kind of a rapid fire methodology of the White House. And what I'm going to do today is use a dry erase board and maybe get a better handle on how the news cycle works out of the White House, because I think there's a lot of people that are following the news channels, and of course they're constantly getting hit with one story after another to the point where they're feeling overwhelmed. So it's been a great session here, and hey, this is the Economic Report, and thank you for liking and subscribing. I do shout you out here, and as I'm taking my last couple sips of coffee here, anybody who likes and subscribes, I will do a quick shout out to. A lot of you do that incognito, which I always appreciate as well. But those are the things that matter, and they matter very much, of course. To me, it's saying thank you. It doesn't cost you a dime, and of course, who really likes it? Well, YouTube says that this is engaging, and of course, when they find engaging content, they keep on promoting it, and so it helps the channel out a little bit. We will have the stories followed here in the not too distant future. I'm going to end this live here in the next minute or so, then restart and have another live that will be, I think, 10:20, 10:25 is when it is scheduled to go. When we do that one, that'll be about, once again, the news cycle and the information cycle coming out at the White House. Pretty interesting stuff. So, folks, with that, just want to remind you as we close out that don't forget, folks, the biggest battle you fight is the one between your ears, over your thoughts, your action, and your attitude. Go out, make a difference, smile, because that doesn't cost you a cent and it makes a positive impact on the world. Until next time, I'll catch you. And my name's Brian here at the Economic Report. Have a great day. Make it count.